Good evening, everyone. This is Neetika again, your corporate trainer, and we have been associated from last two videos. We have been discussing about the personal interview questions. Then the next video was about self-introduction, and today we will be actually discussing about a very new concept that has been launched in the corporate industry for your hiring purposes, and which is video resume. Now, before going ahead, it's very important to know what actually is video resume. Now, as the name suggests, it's actually a resume in a video form, in the visual form. Now, there can be two ways in shooting this video. One could be a generalized video wherein you are telling about your qualities, about the technical and the non-technical skills that you have. The other one would be the job profile specific resume. Right now, the same thing you do with your printable resume as well. So that same thing you are doing in a video resume. All right. Now, if you go through the different YouTube or Google, the different video resumes that are available, you will see that people have actually created a lot of resumes in the form of presentations as well. So they have actually put their qualities, their forte, if they are good at some music or some fitness thing, they have put it in the form of a beautiful video and shown it in the video resume. However, to start with, you can make a very basic video resume which would contain certain points, and that is exactly the motive of this video. I'll be telling you certain tips how to design your video resume in a simple form, and then as and when you learn to make a simple video, then you can go ahead and make the other creative videos as well. All right, now the first point that you have to keep in your mind is that your video resume is not replacing your resume. It's actually complementing or supplementing your resume. It means that it is supporting your resume. It's like an add-on marketing tool to to market you in the corporate world. So as we have already talked about this, that we all are products. So if we want to market ourselves, what are the strategies that we would use? So video resume is one of the tools to do that. So you should remember this, that you are not replacing the resume. Resume has its own benefits, has its own importance. Video resume is only an add-on. Also, you have to remember that while you are making the video resume, you should know your target audience. Okay? Now, what do you mean by target audience? The kind of job profile you are going for. For example, if you know that you are going for a marketing profile, you can actually design your video by highlighting the points that are useful for marketing profile. Or if you are going for coding purpose or a software development, so you can actually tweak your video according to the job profile. This is if you know your target, your job profile. And if you do not know, of course you will make a generalized video. Okay, now before even you start shooting the video, you should always plan. You should always jot down the points. What all points will you be covering? Now, why we need to do this? Why we need to have a script? So that we do not fumble when we are actually shooting the video. It's like when when you are taking if you have seen the shooting of the actual movies, if the actor is not well versed with the dialogues, the only thing he or she would be doing, he or she would end up doing is okay. So all these things would not look nice when you are into a 1 or 2 minutes video resume. So you should always have your pointers ready so that you can go ahead and talk about them in the video. Now, as I told you that you need to jot down the points, that doesn't mean that you will start reading them. Now, reading is not allowed. You are not supposed to create a boredom in your video resume. You are not supposed to make it monotonous. You are not supposed to make it, a very, what do you say? It should not sound very non-energetic, a very simple, a very ordinary kind of a resume. You should have a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm when you are shooting your video. Because if you shoot in a less energy format, in a very non-enthusiastic environment, you will end up making a video which will not be liked by others. All right, so remember that when you are on a video, on a shoot, you have to show your energy. Okay, so that you have to keep in your mind. Now, the other thing is that you have to start the video by introducing yourself. Now, as we have already discussed this, that whenever you start with any of the interaction with the employers, the first thing that you do is you introduce yourself. So in the video resume also, you will start with the basic introduction, and then you can carry on with your qualities. So how do you go ahead? You first tell about basic things about yourself, and then you will give the qualities that you have. You have to remember that the qualities that you have should be mentioned in the video resume. All the technical qualities that you have, all the marketing skills that you have, all the people skills that you have, leadership qualities that you have. Basically, in 1 or 2 minutes, you want to tell them that why should they hire you? Why do you stand outside the crowd? Why are they, going ahead and hiring you? They should have a justified statement for yourself. You should be clear enough why you are being hired. So how will you justify yourself? By giving these supporting points. Okay, so that is what you have to keep in your mind. Now, what else? How will you grab attention of the employee? Now, you are not face to face. Remember this. You are sending a video resume. So how do you grab attention? As I already told you, you can be creative. You have to be enthusiastic. You have to show your full energy. If you are not showing your full energy, if you are monotonous, if you make like any other video, the same video like any other ordinary video, then the employer would not take it in a very sportive manner. Because see, as we have already discussed, that there are so many questions, interview questions that are asked, but the way you answer them makes an effect. So same follows with the video resume as well, that you need to be a little creative. Now, don't hesitate to be creative. Don't think that if I will add a pinch of this thing, then it will look overconfident. No, you can be creative when you are making a video resume. For example, when you are introducing yourself, you can always start with good morning everyone, or hello everyone, my name is Nice Nitika. So instead of saying Nitika, I have added an adjective called as nice. Okay, so this is a very good practice of doing it. Attaching an adjective with the same initial as your name. So N is the letter that my name starts with, so I can always use an adjective with N. So these are the kind of attractive or tools that you can use to make your video resume more likable. Okay, now the other important thing that you have to keep in mind is that you have to be very professional when you are shooting it. Don't think that, okay, this is a video resume, so I'll just shoot it in my bedroom, I'll shoot it in my living room, sitting in front of the TV, sitting on the sofa. No, you have to be properly dressed as you would be when you will be appearing for an actual face-to-face interview. So you have to be properly dressed, you have to be professionally dressed, and then in that formal dress only you will be shooting the video. Also, you have to take care of the background, the sounds, the ambience. Everything has to be professional. It's not that there are disturbing noises and sounds in the background and then you are shooting the video. It will all create a lot of unprofessionalism in the video. Okay, so we need to keep all this in our mind. Now, what else? Now, the time frame that you have to keep is between 90 to 120. That means between 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes is the maximum time that you should keep for a video resume. So not beyond 2 minutes. 2 minutes is the maximum time you can have for a video resume. So it's a very good practice to make a script of it. If you make a script, then you will never ever go beyond the time limit. All right, so always have this habit of scripting. Okay, now when you are done with all those things, you have given the points, you have introduced yourself, you have given all the qualities that you have that highlight you, that make, that create an impression in front of the employer that yes, I should hire you on these qualities that you have given. What else should you do? Now, if you have been into software industry, whenever there is a new software that comes in, they launch it in a bulk of people, in a small area. So that's called alpha testing or beta testing. So what they do is they actually give it for testing, to check whether this software is actually working for a set of data or not. Now, same you have to do with your video resume. Now, once you are done with your video resume, do not just float it on YouTube or float it on the Naukri.com or anywhere. First of all, share it with your friends and family. Take feedback from them. Maybe there are certain things that you might have missed, they might catch. And because once it is on air, everyone will be seeing it and it will be very embarrassing. There will be no coming back to it. So that is why it's a good practice. That's called a sharing test. So if you pass that sharing test, then only share it on a bigger platform. Okay, so do it with your friends, with your well-wishers, take feedback from them, and then only share it with others. The other thing is that do not attach it with your personal Facebook and other Twitter links and all, because we need to keep our personal and professional things separate. All right, so do not do that. That again will create a very negative impression of yours. Right? Okay, now I think I have told you all the tips of the video resume. I'll quickly rewind everything so that now you are able to design your resume. So for a video resume, what you need to do is you will plan your resume first, you will make a script, you will not extend beyond 2 minutes, and the major points that you will be covering is basic introduction of yourself, plus your skills that you have. If you know the job profile, the skills should be related to the job profile, and if you do not know the job profile, then the generalized technical and non-technical skills that you can always highlight. That creates an impression in front of the employer that why should he or she should go ahead and hire you. So all these pointers should come in that 2 minutes video, and that is how you can design your video resume. All right, so what I would request you all people is go ahead, write your scripts, design a 2 minute video, a 1.5 or a 2 minutes video, and share with us. We'll be happy to help you. We'll give you the feedback, and then probably we can go one step ahead. So be safe, stay at home as I always say, and that will be all from my side. Bye bye.